Kia ora whānau, and welcome to a very belated episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your host, Alex Costas, as always. Straight off, I want to say I apologise amazingly and so much because of having to, unfortunately, not make any content for the last 3 weeks, almost going on a month. Unfortunately, I have been violently sick for about 3 weeks, and yeah, I just was not in the mood to be able to talk, let alone be able to, handle myself. So yeah, I've titled this as sorry for being MIA, but that is the reason why, is I have been missing in action. I do appreciate everyone that has listened during this time. I have had a couple of people listen. I also just recently got my Spotify for podcasts option, which tells me all about what you guys have been listening to through my stuff, which has been truly amazing. Like, I just am blown away. In the 43 episodes that I've done in the last year, I've had like over 1,000 people listen, so I'm truly shocked. So yeah, big huge thanks for that. So today what I thought we'd do is, I have just recently had my birthday, and so I thought I'd talk about, my year of change, what I did, what I didn't do, what I said I was going to and didn't do, and just be real with you guys about it, about what I've done. Another thing that I've got is another announcement about my YouTube stuff. So we'll get this out of the way. First and foremost, if you do need to get in touch with me, please contact me at costasenterprises.business.blog, and you can go to my website, find all my stuff, or you can email me at doncostas@gmail.com. That's DON for Nike, COSTAS @gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram at the Kiwi Don, as well as Twitter. And yeah, if you do want to contact me, you're more than welcome to. I'm happy to hear from everyone. So now that we've got the sort of main things out of it, let's get into the big part, shall we? So it was my birthday, and I decided to finally upgrade my phone. So I now have an S21 Ultra, which did cost me a little bit more than I wanted to, and it did dip into some of my emergency savings as well. Of course, we had Black Friday, so happy Thanksgiving to all the people that did have Thanksgiving over in America. I do what I'm thankful for. I might cover that off in this episode. So this episode might be a little bit longer, just to compensate for me not doing anything in the last 3 weeks. So yeah, prepare to sit back, relax, maybe get yourself a glass of Chardonnay or a beer. It is our Christmas time as well, so it's getting close to the Christmas spirit. And sit back and relax. So with this new phone, I've always said that I wanted to start doing YouTube content, like proper YouTube content. Well, now that I have that, I have no excuse, basically. I literally bought the S21 with that in mind, so that I will be trying to start creating content for you guys, and that will be YouTube content. Now, I am still on the fence whether or not I will do video versions of these podcast episodes, and also upload those, as well as upload them to Anchor. We'll see how we go. I need to work out the technical details of how I can do both, record this and upload the YouTube at the same time. But I do intend to start off with some recruitment videos, all the stuff that I teach people about CVs, cover letters, all the stuff that, if you've been listening to me for a while, you already probably know. And these will be more in short form rather than long form. However, there will be some long form sort of videos as well. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm probably going to start posting some reels on my Instagram, try and build a following that way. And I do want to get better and better with my podcasting, so plan it out a bit more. As you can hear, I'm in the car at the moment, so I might try to invest in something like a Bluetooth microphone so that I can actually get everything, and then go from there, because that way we can, usually sort out whether or not I'm using the right microphone, and you don't hear things like the car sounds as much if I do record audio in my car like I am at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty good one. So as for the birthday, I turned 39. So according to my partner, I'm now 40, which she waited until literally midnight on December the 4th to say, "You're 40 now, yay!" My actual birthday is December the 3rd, so I was 39 for a day apparently, according to her. So that was an interesting experience. So my year of change. What happened? What did I do? What did I say I was going to do? What did I do? What didn't I do? Let's get into all that sort of stuff. So first and foremost, we're gonna, this is gonna be a bit like a shit sandwich. You put the good things at the start, the bad things in the middle. So let's start with the good things, so I make myself feel a little bit better. The first thing is I managed to get rid of my debt, which I've talked about to you guys for years. I also, so after having close to 26,000 in debt, we look at it a bit more really, and it was more like 30, 35, because of the simple fact that I had to buy a car during lockdown as well in 2020. And that sort of bumped up an extra 8,000 onto my debt and ongoing interest. So I finally managed to get rid of that and started saving. Now I had $1,000 saved up in my emergency fund, which is one of the things I talked to you guys about that I wanted to do. Then I had an emergency and had to use that $1,000. So then I had to build it up again, and I did. I built it up to another 1,000. And then I bought my phone, and that required some money from the emergency fund as well. So I didn't really get a chance to build it up just yet. But the intention is that I will be doing that very, very shortly, and starting to build that up just a little bit quicker. So the next one after that is definitely to... I built up my wants account also to about 1,000. And managed to use the rest of that to pay for the phone. So that's been done. So the next, my plan going forward regarding the debt and stuff, well, I don't have to worry about debt, but I am going to focus a bit more on my emergency account in the first sort of month and a half, get that up to 1,000 again. Then I'm going to work on my wants. I do want a new laptop. And also I want to be able to travel, and I also want to take a course in English, so I can teach English to foreign people. And so that's going to run me probably, let's be realistic, probably about 5,000 total. So I will start to sort of build on that. But I'm going to be building that slightly slower than I wanted to. Now, the reason why I'm going to do that is I am going to predominantly focus on investing in my shares. So once I've hit my $1,000 emergency, which is the important part first, then each week I'll be putting sort of 100 to 200 in that account, and then I'll start building up my wants. But rather than doing what I was before, because I don't need anything at the moment, because the most important thing that I wanted was a new phone, because the phone does everything, then I don't really need to go too hardcore like I did last time, where I went sort of 400 every pay, 500 every pay, to build up my wants, because I needed the phone. Now that my phone is working and it will run pretty well for, I hope, at least 3 or 4 years, then I'm okay to sort of wait a bit. And so what I will do is instead I will be putting sort of 200 into my wants account as opposed to 400 or 500, and then the rest I will actually be focusing on putting into my investing account, and that is to invest in sharesies. Now that's the other good part. I have basically grown let's be real, I've basically grown about $1,000 invested. So now I have close to sort of 2,200 saved up in my sharesies. And while the American shares that I've got invested in at the moment are currently, they're down a little bit, it's actually a perfect time to start investing in those shares. And this is me just literally putting aside 100 every pay, which when I convert it into American dollars is about $69 to $60 US. And so I just buy little bits of the shares through Sharesies, and I've seen it grow and grow and grow. And at the moment, I'm currently up $300. So I've actually only just reached the 2,100 mark on my what I personally have invested. And part of that is also I've had one of my birthday presents from both my partner and my mum was actually money to invest in shares, because that's what I asked for. I know I've got a lot of material things before, but I am trying to sort of reduce everything. And realistically, while I did need some things, I would rather now try to save for those things and instead put the money in shares, because at the end of the day, my long-term goal is to start, buying a house. And I currently have, not really enough to buy a house. So if I put it in shares, then at the very least, the long-term stuff will start to build up that deposit. So, yeah, that is the goal at this stage, is to sort of focus on the shares more so, put maybe 300 to 400 each pay, and then, 200 in my wants account, and then just build that up slowly, because that will build itself, it will earn a bit of interest as well. And then from there, I'm not expecting big interest, obviously. I mean, it's not big money, but it can just sit there, build up, and then when I actually do need it, I can actually access it, which is the entire point of it. So those were the good things. Okay, now the negative things. What did I not do which I wanted to? Well, obviously, we're going to address the elephant in the room. A lot of it is the health stuff. I originally wanted to do a lot better on my health. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to get healthy. I wanted to be 90% plant-based. As you can imagine, that has not happened. I have fallen back into my sort of eating of bad foods and not really exercising. And unfortunately, that has meant that there is quite a bit of stuff that I need to do next year. So the goal is that in the next year, I will focus more on my health, because I've sort of got my other part all locked down, which is my finances. I've paid off of my debt. I'm not planning on buying anything else, which is going to sort of put me into debt. I don't plan to have any emergencies anytime soon, obviously. And so I will start to sort of focus on that stuff. And I really need to sort of step up and start actually trying to sort my shit out, basically. I, had a very real conversation with my partner on my birthday, on the day after my birthday, on December the 4th, and I had to take stock of what it is that I was doing. I had to also realize that I was not saying what I was going to say and do what I was going to do in the health department. So it really means me taking a step back and focusing on what it is that I've got to do and actually do what I have to do. So, if I say I'm going to walk every day at least for 10 minutes, then you know what? I need to actually fucking get up, go, walk. And so the last 2 days, I have done that. My partner has sort of got me up in the morning. I've gotten her up and we've gone for a walk. And even if it's just starting off with like 4,000 steps, then that's 4,000, and then the rest of the day can go from there. So that is the goal at the moment, and also just to eat better, not to eat all the sweet things that I love eating, unfortunately, and the sort of bad all meats, no veggies, all that sort of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I have been eating a lot better this year. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not gonna be like I was the worst, and I'm not gonna say that I was the best. But I'm not exactly in a space where I wanted to be. And I promised you guys that I was going to try and do this, this, and this. I didn't. And I have to be real with myself and real with you guys. You don't really hold me accountable, but I like to think that you guys are all listening to me, not judging me, but at the same time going, come on, bro, like, put the food away, stop eating, be good. And I think I have to sort of be mindful of that a bit more. Another good thing that I did do, though, is I did start focusing a bit more on myself mentally, trying to deal with some of my other issues that I've got, things like my anger that sometimes pulls up, my negative behavior, negative thoughts, and also my anxiety that I sometimes get. And so I've been doing a lot of reading of sort of more Zen type thinking, as and that stuff has really helped this year. It has helped me sort of push through things. As I said, there was a death in the family, and I found a hard way to sort of deal with that. It brought back a lot of feelings of my father just recently, and by taking those steps that I learnt from the books that I was reading, I was like, you know what, I need to just take a step back and actually do this. Another good thing is I am currently up to 37 books read. I'm hoping to hit 38 very shortly. And while I may not hit 50 by the end of the month, I will hopefully hit 40 or 42, beating my record of 38 last year. So at the moment I'm on track for that. Now, there are times when I have not listened to audiobooks, and I really should have been. But yeah, I've just I did have a couple of weeks where I didn't want to touch anything, so I have sort of gone back on those and started going back to the books and listen to some really good ones. What I might do is in January, I might do another, all the books that I've read so far and go through the last year and then give you guys updates of what we did last year. So as opposed to last time when I did it, up to sort of midway or three quarters of the way, I'll just give you a rundown of what I read last year, what was good, what I helped, and sort of go from there. Another thing is, despite me having this break over the last couple of weeks, sort of forced one, I have been posting a lot more content on the podcast side, a little bit on the Instagram side. I've gained, I'm now at like 1,000 followers on Instagram, which is crazy to me. And as I said, with the podcast, I've had over 1,400 listens so far of all time, which is just amazing. So I plan to put more content out, get it out there for you guys. And as I said, I also want to be posting some more YouTube stuff. Print on demand stuff, I have made a lot more sales this year, obviously. I haven't made any sales the last 2 months, and we're in the third month where I haven't had a sale. I'm hoping for some sort of late game Christmas shopping sort of thing that people are going to do. But I have had visitors coming to my site, so people are still finding my stuff, meaning my tags are okay. They're just not buying, which, hey, it happens. So that's fine. That's perfectly okay. It has also given me some insight by going into the Google Analytics to see the things that I am getting more and more designs of. So, and what people are clicking through to. So I am going to start sort of focusing on those sorts of designs, getting them up. Also sort of looking at the tags that I've got. What are the tags that are working? And sort of trying to replicate those on the newer designs. The other sort of bad things is I have had some sort of mental issues in the way of not dealing with stress the way I wanted it to, letting things like COVID get to me a bit too much, to the point where I was getting a little bit paranoid at times. So I've managed to sort that shit out, sort myself out. I mean, it is one of those things where it goes in ebbs and flows, and I need to be able to go, right, hey, you need to step back, do this, and take it from here. And yeah, finding those things have been good. I've also this year on my website, I haven't posted much. I know I need to start doing that more. I know I said I was going to do more as well. I haven't, and I apologize for that. But when I have posted, I have actually posted with a new resource that I've created. So I've posted at least 3 times with 3 new resources and tried to sort of explain everything. I will sort of start looking at the YouTube stuff as well, and maybe start putting posts and blogs on that stuff, just linking to it and so forth. And yeah, while I haven't had a lot of visitors this year, I have had some times when I've had a lot of, traffic on the 1 or 2 days that I've been lucky enough to get visited. So yeah, I'm just basically taking that and running with it. And overall, that's been quite good, I think. Other than that, I am trying to sort of open my brain a bit more to other concepts. As you guys know, I'm trying to invest. I'm trying to do all these things. I'm trying to better myself. But now my main focus is I need to sort my health out. I need to start cooking. I need to start learning how to cook healthy and actually sticking with it. Like that's the other thing, like committing to these things. I will probably look at creating maybe a habit journal. My partner is looking at creating some and selling some on Etsy, so I might sort of look into that sort of stuff, so that I can actually get into the mindset and actually use the habit planners. Because yeah, I do need to build these habits. I do need to get these things sorted, basically. Other than that, everything else has been going pretty well. I am still pretty happy. This episode is actually a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot longer, like maybe 40 odd minutes, but I think you'll find that we're, pretty happy with where we are. So again, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that listens. Thank you for listening in the times when I haven't been here. I do hope to post again this week on Thursday or Friday with a bit more sort of content for you guys. And now that I'm feeling a lot better, I can actually do that. So I apologize for it having to wait so long to get content out to you. But I do want to say a huge thank you again to everyone. As always, I love you guys and good luck. Have a great week, people.